What is your name and why are we here?
So my name is Taufik Olumwewe, and why we're here is because black men don't speak. I was always told not to speak. So now I'm here to talk and to share my truths, man, share my honesty, share my journey through life and hopefully inspire and help and yeah, man, just, we've done this before, so I've been misunderstood, so it's called Misunderstood Part 2.
And in terms of your documenting your journey, why did you choose this specific moment?
Do you know what's crazy? It's this moment is mad for me. So obviously now I've got a lot of new followers. I'm doing the social media thing properly, and it's 7 years to the day where I had 7 years to the moment I had one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, and it was on reflection on the 12th of July. For those that know, I lost my son. I had a stillbirth with my ex-partner at the time, and for many years I've not been able to speak about it. Not because nobody said I'm not allowed to talk about it, it's just because it's been a taboo subject. It's a taboo subject in the family, it's a taboo subject in black culture. We don't really talk about that because no one else is really, I've never met anyone that's gone through what I went through. And obviously my thing was public. So I've had to survive life and navigate life without any aid or help other than God. It's why I went to faith. People like see me and misunderstand me, but that's why I'm so strong with my faith, because when everyone else failed me, God didn't. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's why at this moment in my life, it was 7 years. It's been 7 years, man. And looking back at myself, like 7 years has been a long time. I never knew it was that long. But yeah, man. So that's why I want to document now and share the story and the lessons I've learned along the way, the gems and mistakes. Far from perfect, man. We learn a lot, and I'm in Australia now, man, so it's changed, man. I was in Hackney last time I did this, so yeah, man.
Back in your day, you were quite a prominent footballer. I just wanted to ask, are you still in football and how's that for you?
Yeah, man, football's my life, man. It's always been part of me. It'll always be part of me. Football gave me my ticket out, man. They say Charlie and Chocolate Factory ticket. That's what I use football for, man. People use football as something they love. Football was everything for me. People wouldn't know me now if it weren't for my football. I'm here because of football. Like, Australia brought me here for football, so it's good. I'm not playing. I have no passion to pursue to be professional anymore. I'm more enjoying it as my body allows me to. I'm more just going through life and enjoying it, man. For many years, it was pressure and I had to make it, I had to get to this level. And now I just love talking about the game.
What are you hoping to achieve next in your journey?
I think in my journey, I'm really trying to give back. I always say, like, I used to look at life like every person is a library, essentially. And every time someone dies and passes away, if you never learned anything from their life, it was a wasted life. At the end of the day, we're here to share. People that know me know my favorite quote is Muhammad Ali, like, the rent that you pay on earth is the service you give to others. So for me, the way that I see life and I speak about it and I give people me in doses, because there's so many complex versions of me. There's so much trauma. There's so much happiness. Like, I'm always smiling, but I got a motto: we'll turn pain into purpose. You feel me? There ain't no life without pain. So I always have to push through. So when people see me, they're like, "Oh, this guy's different." I've been knowing that. I just didn't understand it. I was misunderstood. I even misunderstood myself. And I keep learning about myself every single day. So that's why now I feel like it's the time to talk, because by God's grace, in 10 years' time, I'll do another one of these and I'll be like, yo, looking back at myself and think, look at the level up and the generation and how much things have changed. But yeah, man.
What is your biggest hardship you've yet to overcome, let's say off the pitch?
Obviously, last time I was asked this question, it was fresh. Obviously, the biggest traumatic experience I had in my life. And to be honest, man, it's been so much that's gone on since. So I think that experience that I had, obviously losing the son, and I think the next traumatic experience was losing like a best friend. Weird, right? Like, obviously I made peace with it. Like, when I'm happy where I am in life, obviously I'm on the search of my new partner and the person I'll be with for the rest of my life. But I think the realization of like the son, then a couple years later, then losing like your best friend and like having to navigate life, I think affected me even up until now, like with life choices and decisions, because like I had, in my mind, I was set. I was a 22-year-old man. I was about to have a kid. I was married to my best friend, and it was like, this was my life. And like 7 years later, there's no kids, there's no best friend. It's just Taufik single, like looking for that partner. And like, I'm not a simple individual. So I think the realization of learning that like, oh, like I need to be with a specific type of person. Like, I need to like look for that life partner that I want to be with that fits all these little boxes that I have. It's probably been like the hardest thing to overcome through time, because I made so many mistakes along the way, thinking I want to be with this person. I realized I don't want to be with them. Then it's like going into so much emotion to learn the lessons has probably been my biggest hardship off the pitch.
And what would you say your biggest hardship you've had to overcome now on the pitch?
I think my biggest hardship on the pitch was like the realization that I'm not gonna make it again. And that moment I had was the biggest moment I was gonna have. I think that hurt. Like that realization, like when you honestly come back to football and like raw, like I'm not making it to the Prem, you know. Like I'm not even making EFL. Like it was dark because it was like I'm in the depths of hell. Like I was in non-league and I was like, I gave my life to this game and I didn't know it was a one chance, one window. I didn't understand it for what it was. So that realization of like, no matter how much hard work you put in, don't mean that hard work don't equate to success in this football thing. It's all about opportunity. And if opportunity is not given, then it doesn't matter how hard you work, you're never gonna make it. And that was like the hardest thing to realize, that I was busting my ass, man. I didn't travel for 4 or 5 years. Every summer I spent thousands on PTs and trainers and then I just get a mad manager in non-league that would just ruin it. So yeah, man, that was the hardest thing.
And now you're doing social media and content creation. Is this something that you've always wanted to do?
Nope. Nah.
So how are you finding it though?
I think, you know what's crazy for me, like obviously it depends on the journey you've got on with me. So when I was really young in my early 20s, obviously I was with a social media influencer. She was really prominent on social media at the time. So obviously naturally I hated it. I was like, bro, couldn't stand it. I was like, people know. Because I did like the fact I'm very private. Like people do not know nothing about my life. This is the most I've ever spoken. It's ever. Like my mom's gonna see this and say, son, why you do this now? Like my mom's gonna see this and I know already she's gonna cuss me for talking, because that's all don't talk, shut your mouth, just do your thing, talk to God. And I hear it. I'm sorry, mum. I'm gonna look at the camera, mum. I love you. This is gonna help people. I know you don't see it now, but inshallah, you get me. But yeah, I think I never planned for social media, but then I realized, man, that the climate changes, you adapt to the circumstances of life, right? And things happen in life that you kind of pivot, and that's my game now. I'm learning how to pivot. I'm learning how to give people doses of me that I want them to. Like, so this is me in control. Like social media is used as a tool for me. Like, I give you what I want to give you. Don't ever think you know me, but I've given you a dose of me. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, man.
What are 3 words you describe Taufik for the new people? Previously, you said lively, knowledgeable, and different. You can't say those 3 now.
What would I say about Taufik now? I would say, to describe myself, critical. I think I'm very critical of myself, even if I could say that as a word to describe myself. I would say I'm emotional. I would say I'm very self-aware. So I think that's the 3 things I would say that I've learned through maturing through life. And my self-awareness has obviously allowed me to navigate things a bit differently than I did in the past. So yeah, man.
How has Taufik's mindset changed from the teenager to the young adult to the 29-year-old man you are now? And what advice would you give each version of yourself?
That was a good question. It is a good question. I think it's mad, innit? So from the teenager, I was just a boy from Hackney, man. Like I grew up in London Fields, so like I would say, like young black boy growing up in London, I was pretty insecure. Like we don't know it's insecurities, but I wasn't as secure. I thought I was secure, but we wasn't, right? Didn't have much and I was just hungry to get everything. And I think I always say I never try and make a decision out of desperation, because a desperate person makes the craziest decisions. So I think that was a teenage version of me. I think the young adult version of me has seen life is real now. So before that, there was no real traumas. So the early 20s, I went through a lot. We went through that whole traumatic experience, and there was more traumatic experiences to go. But like I said, I give people me in doses. I'm not really trying to talk about that now. Maybe one day I will talk about what went on, but reality is that the moment I spoke about publicly is what I'm addressing. So that whole phase of transitioning, of being a footballer, losing football, public relationship, losing a baby, public breakup, all of that sort of stuff. Like it was a lot at the time. So I think the maturity levels of me was like, I was going through it. Like I remember like I announced I was married, for example, and people was like, he got married. I was like, nah, I got Islamically married, because I realized that I wanted to get married in front of God's eyes, and I'm Muslim. And I realized that, like as a Muslim, this is what you have to do. But I learned that on the go. It was like, I didn't know that pre-hand. Like if it was my choice, I wouldn't have got married. I've been outside just doing my thing. Like, what do you mean? Like, like, you get me? But obviously you can't explain that to people. They just see it as like, so obviously, yeah, boom, I done that. Now obviously when everyone's like, oh, he got married, so everyone sees it as this big thing. Well, I said, no, but I know what I did for God. You get me? Cool. And I think the 29-year-old version of me now is like, I moved to the other side of the world by myself, innit? And there's loads of hiccups I've had along the way. I remember when I first came to the country, man, the people who brought me here, they didn't set me up right. So I remember getting my own apartment, and I spent all my last money to come here to everything. I had no bread. I remember I had the house, no furniture, bro. Man, sleeping on the floor, fam. Not saying a damn word, just because I knew that the vision I had was serious. I even had I had someone at the time, I had someone I was speaking to, and we was locked in And I remember like telling them the vision and they weren't seeing the vision. And they kind of tried to make a decision like, yo, is it me or the vision? I said, yo, see you later, alligator. Like, you get me? Like, because I know my purpose in it. Like, I wish you could see it, but God gave me the vision. He doesn't give it to everyone else. So to answer your question, I would say learning to trust my gut has been my biggest lesson I've learned through life, in good and bad. Like, there's so many decisions I wish I made younger when I knew something was right or wrong and I just went against it. Because we all have like desires, we all have a second intuition. We know when something's right or wrong, like we're created that way. And I think I've been more understanding that it's okay not to be lit. There's some days you're going to be down, money problems. Sometimes you're up and rich. Sometimes you're healthy, you're fit. Sometimes you feel like the man. Sometimes you don't want to be seen. And it's all part of life. Like, we're human beings, and that's how it's got to be. We created that way. It wasn't created to be anything else. There's no such thing as this Instagram life. Not everything is sunny days. Everyone sees me on camera, I'm smiling. Bro, there's some day I don't want to talk to no one. My favorite artists are Pain. I listen to Rod Wave in the car. Think my heart been broke so many times. I'll be screaming that ish. You get me? That's my thing. Like, anything I go is like painful. So yeah, to answer your question on that, it's more like I've learned so much about myself. I've learned to love who I am. I've learned to ignore people. I couldn't give a damn what anyone says about me. How could you have a judgment on me when I've been through so much? Do you know what it's like to grow up in a council estate? I'm the youngest of 8 kids. What can you tell me about my life? It's mad. Sometimes it's like how I see it, and this is what people don't understand. When I talk to someone that is ignorant, it's like how I give the analogy. Would you speak to a baby about bills? A Google Gaga baby? Would you start talking to the baby about bills? That's how I see trolls. That's how I see people on the internet. That's how I see people that don't understand me. That's how I see racist people. That's how I see the people in the football scene in Australia that don't understand me. I see them as babies, Google Gaga. But don't worry, one day you're going to grow up and I'm going to show you and you're going to think, oh, I clock it now. And when that moment happens, don't come back, stay there. Because that's how I move. Because I move like you picked your lane. I'm a person, I want to be taught. So it's like I'm trying to learn from everybody and everything. Can I learn more? Can I be better? If I make a mistake, hold my hands up. So yeah, man, without rambling, I kind of just look at the 29-year-old man and I think I look back and say, I'm proud of you. Like, without sounding corny, and it's like I'm proud of the man you are. Like, you're far from perfect. You're an idiot sometimes. More time you're an idiot. People might not see it, but you're an idiot. I make some rash decisions. Rash. Yeah. Like, my mum and dad, my brothers and that, we looking at me like, yeah, this guy. But you see, one thing I've learned about me now is that, you know what? I'll hold my hands up and say, you know what? You lot are right. And the moment I feel like I've done something wrong, I'll try and stop it as soon as I can. But listen, man, that's why I worship God every day, man. 5 times a day, put my head on the mat, because I ain't nothing but a slave and a human being. So man, yeah, man, cold.
That's elite, bro. Tell me how you became this version of Taufik. Who has influenced you or helped you along your journey?
Yeah, 100%, man. There's the saying, African proverbs, like it takes a village to raise a child. You understand? So I ain't get here by myself. I'm the youngest at 8. I listen a lot. Even though they think I'm not listening, I'm listening. Yeah. Shout out to man them. But obviously, I think my mum and my dad are big influences for me. I come from a good family, man. Alhamdulillah. Like, I thank God for that. Like, my mum and my parents and my brothers were really close. Like, we're actually really close, really close. Like, I love my family, my nieces and nephews. And being in Australia has been a hard part for me because I've had to now really make decisions by myself. Like, made loads of mistakes just because I'm realizing how important they actually are. I didn't know how much I valued them until I came here. So they've been a big important part of my life, my family. Obviously it's still the same. I still got the same 2 best friends, Fawaz and Mandela. So like for me that's the same, and all my close circle, like Johnville, Bilal, Kamal, like my brothers, man. I got a lot of boys that are my killies, like I got a little brother essentially. I got so many people that I see as like help me in small doses, and obviously like I've had get me 1 or 2 little woo that didn't work out, but along the way they done their part, and it shout out you and that, you get me. But yeah, man, I would say that's been the people that have helped me. And listen, I do all the jokes aside, but I ain't here without God. So that relationship has become a level that I've never experienced before. I've been able to go pilgrimage. I went Umrah twice, where you go to the Holy Lands, where you go to Mecca, and I've been twice. It was like a whole life-changing experience, finding purpose again. So yeah, man, I think God like it's just been guiding me. I say to people all the time, like, God's like my best friend. Without shining mad, hey, halal bros, don't come for me. But in a way of like my relationship with God, like, he says he is what you think of him. In Islam, like, teach you he is what you think of him, and he tells you his names. You get me? And like, he's Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, like, it means the merciful, the most merciful. Like, he's so merciful, like, and like, he's also forgiving. Al-Ghafar, like, he has all these names, like, and I just keep reminding myself of his attributes. Like, he's not like anyone else. So this journey is not possible without God's like forgiveness, mercy. One of his names, Al Kareem. It means giving, so when he gives you when you're not even deserving. And that's me. I know God's given me the bad times. Only me and God know I did a bad thing. And he's like, you get me, but no jokes aside, it's not even funny, but like, yeah, like on a real one. So just grateful, bro.
And before we sign off, Taufik, any last messages for the camera, your family, your friends, those that are watching?
Yeah, man. You know what? Any last messages? I'll look at the camera for this one. I think just be great, man. Dream big. I always say to people are going to talk about you regardless, man. Just give them something to talk about. Put yourself out there, man. Be brave and be you and be expressive, man. Life is a roller coaster of emotion. You're never down and out. The only time you're done is when you give up. Never give up on yourself. Always big up yourself, as we say. And that pivot, that thing that you're going to do that might be different to someone else, if God gave you the vision and bring it to life, man, that's the greatest gift you have. God gave you the individuality to see things. So see it. Believe it, bring it, work hard. As we say, tie your camel. Don't just say you want to do it, be about what you say. Turn your words into actions, make it happen. And yeah, man, my last message is, for my look, I have to do a look, you get me, my one. When I find my person, obviously this is to you, I hope that you get me ready for the roller coaster that life is going to become in it. Not on this like Jodeci type of vibe and all player boy thing, but like, you get me, I can't wait for the day that I have kids and maybe we look back, no, not say maybe, inshallah, when we look back at this video, you look back and say, right, like you was talking about me and I wasn't even here. Like, yeah, come on, man, I was talking about you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Quickly. But yeah, man, no, I hope that I'm the man that I want to be for the kids that I want to have and the wife that I want to be with. So yeah, man, that's kind of like my lasting message to the world, man. Try to be great, man. Be better than the man you was yesterday. So yeah, man, over and out, man.